waiting down the boulevard, there's shadows searching for light. These lights keep shining, and next to the somewhere night. Oh man, whew. There are some songs that you just have to jam out to, and that's one of them. Journey is one of those bands, man. It's just about every song they performed, still performing. I think they're still actually on tour, but you just jam out to them. You can't help it. It comes on the radio, and you're just like, yes. Anyway, yeah, whew. It's warm. Hello YouTube, welcome to VK Milling and Hardwoods here in sunny Cleveland, Tennessee, and I am Brandon, your dance master and singer. I don't know, what do you call a professional for hire singer other than singer? I don't know. Performer? That'll work. Performer. Funny. Recently, I did one of those DNA tests where you spit in the tube and you mail it in, and they test your DNA and they tell you where all your ancestors came from, and they tell you about specific genetic markers. And so I was reading my report the other day, and it actually said, one of the bullet items on there was like 57% less likely to be able to carry a tune. And I went, I think in my case it's closer to like 99% less likely to be able to carry a tune. But I still enjoy it. I think I sound the best when I'm standing in the shower and I'm just belting out some Led Zeppelin or something. Anyway, back onto the topic. So I got another one of those really big orders came in, and it took a while, and I had to fight tooth and nail and call and beg and plead, but I finally found some logs. Right now, throughout the Southeast, really the Midwest, Southeast, and Northeast, basically everything east of the Rockies, the weather has just been so garbage. Actually, let me turn this off. There's no reason to waste gas. Well, I'm going to be talking to you for a couple of minutes. The mill's going to be running in the background, and gas is just going to be going. Gas isn't cheap. So, anyway. So basically, we've had such garbage weather east of the Rockies for the last couple of months that the supply of logs has dwindled so badly that the prices that I was paying in like November per 1,000 board feet for softwoods and hardwoods has dramatically increased. And by dramatically increased, I mean by a lot. About, I think, a 40 to 45% increase on the cost of just getting logs. And the secondary problem is actually getting the logs here. It's been so wet and so rainy since December that a lot of the logging crews hadn't been working, didn't work most of January, pretty much all of February, and then the first week or so of March, it was just rain again. So, the mills, the big mills, and I'm not talking about the guys like me, but I mean the actual big production mills that are out there. There are 3 primary ones here in the area, and then there's a pulp mill up the highway. They're paying top dollar for logs. They're paying 35-40% on top of a normal price for a log, so that they can get them in and they can fulfill their contracts. But that drives prices up for us and then reduces the available material. So really you end up with 2 problems. You end up with a huge spike in price, and then the lack of the ability to get the material in the first place. So, you know, it's been tough, and I finally made a deal with a guy here locally that he saws pallet cans, and he saws pallet cans, so he does firewood, and so any softwood that he gets is more or less useless to him. And so I will be trading, in some instances, hardwood logs that are firewood logs, more or less, to him for softwood logs, while purchasing additional logs from him to try to fill these orders. And he'll deliver, and his bucket truck actually works, and he's got a claw and everything else, and you know, I could pay him to deliver some logs and then shoot him a couple extra dollars, and he'll pick up, you know, a huge portion of that garbage pile that's sitting out there. So that takes care of like 2 things for me. But anyway, so I'm out here, I'm cutting this stuff. I've got 3 different sizes to cut. I've got 5.5 inch wide by 1/2 inch thick by 48. I've got 2 inch wide by 1/2 inch thick by 48. And then I've got 1.5 inch by 3 inch by 20 inch. And so in the video here, you see me actually working on breaking down a log, getting it into appropriate size cants, getting them stacked over to the side over there, and then coming back once I filled that area up, cutting them down into the length that I need. In this particular instance, 48 inches, because that's what I'm cutting right now. And then once I get a good stack of those, and I bring them over to the mill and I just start busting them down just as quick as I can. It is a slow process when you're cutting 1/2 inch thick material, and you need to cut, in total, between the 2 inch and the 5.5 inch, I need to cut 5,000 pieces that are 1/2 inch thick. And that is time consuming. I have 1 pallet of 1,000 pieces sitting over there already, and I'm working on these 2 pallets. So one of the things that I'm doing is taking these 5.5 inch wide cants that I have at 48 inches, and I'll buzz down through them 1/2 inch at a time, and then when I get down to 2 inches, I'll take those 2 pieces and rotate them up and then finish off the cuts. And that, instead of giving me, you know, maybe 2 or 3 more pieces of the 5.5, it actually ends up giving me closer to 8 or 10 pieces of the 2 inch material that I also need. So, you know, it's kind of using that material up just as best I can and not trying to waste it. And that's a very important thing. When you're running production runs like this, and you're on a shortfall of logs, you need to try to bust out every single inch of material that you can out of some of these logs and out of the cans. And some of them, you just can't help it. It's crooked, it's twisted, you name it. There's just not much that you can do about it. But with stuff like this, you know, I could squeeze 5, 7, 8 pieces out of that last little bit of that 5.5 inch there. And that's what I'm doing. So, I have 1,000 more pieces of the 2 inch material to cut. I have 3,000 pieces of the 5.5 inch material to cut, and I have 3,000 pieces of the 1.5 by 3.5 to cut. So, I'm going to get back to work and try to bust this out while the sun is still in the sky, because it's supposed to be like slightly overcast tomorrow, and then Friday it's supposed to be more overcast, and then it's supposed to rain like Saturday and Sunday again. And the Farmer's Almanac says that we've got like another 12 weeks worth of rain and crap coming our way. So yeah, I mean, it sucks, But I'm out here now. I'm sweating and I'm rocking and rolling. I'm just trying to get it done. I'm going as fast and as hard as I can. And hopefully I'll be able to make the deadline, which is Monday. I'm not 100% sure that I will, but I'm going to try. It's really going to be the 1.5 by 3.5 inch material that just kills me. But I'm going to get back to work. You guys have fun. Thank you for watching the video. I truly appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a good one. Peace. So you think you can stop me and spit in my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby, just give this to me, baby. Just gotta get out, just gotta get right out of here.